You are watching Access LaPorte County, Channel 97. Coming up next is the September 4th, 2024 meeting of the Michigan City Parks and Recreation Board. You can find more information for this meeting by visiting www.accesslaportecounty.org.
Good evening and welcome to the Michigan City Park Board meeting for Wednesday, September 4th. If you would rise and repeat the pledge, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Will, would you please call the roll?
Mr. Freeze.
Here.
Ms. Sperling.
Here.
Mr. Glidden.
Here.
Mr. Hoffman.
Present.
Mr. Lavins.
Here.
We have minutes of the previous meeting from August 21. Does anybody have any corrections or additions to those meetings? If not, do we have a motion to accept them as printed?
Make a motion to accept the previous meeting minutes as printed.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Are there any project updates? Old business?
No.
We did table the second quarter report and we'll just keep that to remain on the table till a couple things are answered.
Correct.
New business, we have the Walker Park MOU.
Thank you. This is our annual renewal. It's the same MOU that you've signed. I believe this is the 7th year we've partnered with them. Just to remind the board and the public, the Walker Street Garden Program is funded through Community Development Block Grants. So we don't pay for anything through the Park Department. However, I would like to thank Pat Volts in the Maintenance Department. They help them with mulch. They're putting in some water lines. So we're a partner in that nature. And then it's also on our property. This is a fantastic program and I would highly recommend approving this for the upcoming 24-25 season.
Any questions, comments on this MOU? If not, do we have a motion to accept this MOU?
I'll move
That
it.
we accept the 2024 Walker Park Memorandum of Understanding.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
We have the Salvation Army request for ringing the bells and having their red buckets out at the Festival of Lights. This is something that has been a part of the turning on of the lights for the last few years, been very successful for them. And are there any questions or comments about the request to ring the bells and collect on Saturday, November 30th at the entrance to Washington Park from the hours of 5 to 10? Any public comment? Hearing none, we have a motion to accept the request from the Salvation Army.
I'll make a motion to accept the Salvation Army bell ringing at the Festival of Lights.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
We also have the Health Link tabling at Washington Park, the 2024 program license agreement and requirements that was sent to you in advance and an opportunity to look at them. Anybody have any questions or comments about this program?
No, this looks similar to, hi. Okay. Okay, yes, I was gonna say,
If you
it looks
state your
similar
name.
to the one as you were doing.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, basically.
I'll let you go.
It's just once though, instead of doing it continuously.
Would you
Um,
state your name, please?
My name is Grace Black, so with HealthLink. So we are hoping, I guess we are going to partner with the American Cancer Society on this. So we want to do the event. It's going to be from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the entrance of Washington Park Beach. So like right on the beachfront. So it'll be a fun beach day. The American Cancer Society, to my knowledge, is going to be just educating people, providing resources about screenings for cancer, things like that. And HealthLink, we are actually going to be providing free blood pressure screenings as well.
Questions?
So is American Cancer Society already scheduled to be there? Or is,
The American Cancer Society.
They wish to partner with us, yeah.
Yeah.
But we are going to be the one hosting it, so it'll be through HealthLink.
It's right here.
okay. Okay. Yeah, sorry, I didn't know if we already had that lined up and then you guys were just there at the same, on the same.
No, I believe, as far as I understand, we're hosting it and they're just partnering with us on it.
Gotcha, okay.
Any other questions or comments? Any questions or comments from the public? Seeing none, do we have a motion then to accept the HealthLink tabling at Washington Park license agreement?
I'll make a motion that we accept the HealthLink tabling at Washington Park licensing agreement.
Second. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. We have resolution 1047, dealing with decrease and increase of funds. I'll read the beginning. Whereas the superintendent of the Department of Park and Recreation has reported that certain transfer of funds are necessary within the budget of the Michigan State Department of Park and Recreation because of unanticipated expenses from various accounts, which accounts do not have sufficient funds available for disbursement for said expenses. And whereas there are funds available for said purposes in various other accounts, which are not expected to be paid from said accounts during the remainder of the budget. And whereas the Michigan State Park and Recreation Board has determined that said expenses to purchase 2 sets of speakers and microphones for park rental, 2025 murder mystery dinner deposit, 1 battery generator for rentals, and 2025 park play equipment is necessary, and that the account transfer should be made in order to meet said expenses. Now therefore be resolved that the following transfer be made from the following name account to the following name account for the purpose stated therein. Decrease fund 2204.503 recreational fund seasonal wages $5,000, and increase fund 2204.503 recreational fund small tools $5,000. Questions or comments?
I was just curious, the park play equipment, which park is that for?
Park play is something that I'll be presenting to the board a little bit later, but park play is a program that we're starting, getting activity back in neighborhood parks for next year, for next summer. Our City Kids Day Camp, it was a great camp, but I felt like we were overstaffed with counselors compared to the number of kids that we have. So my plan for next year is to take 3 counselors away from City Kids Day Camp and put them in a mobile unit where 2 parks every day will be people there for the neighborhood kids to go play with.
Yeah, cool. That's a
Yeah.
great idea.
Great idea.
So
Yeah.
the park pay equipment is just stuff for them to unload at each park, different
Mhm.
games and stuff to fill the truck.
Yeah. All right, awesome.
Great idea.
Nice.
Any other questions or comments? Any comments from the public? Do we have a motion then to accept resolution number 1047?
I move that we accept resolution number 1047.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Item E, the 2025 budget worksheet operating and non-reverting. Shannon, you have anything to address on that?
I'd just like to say that these were submitted to the city controller. already. So the controller and the mayor at this point can make additional cuts, adjustments. And then from that point, it will go to the city council. We'll go into workshops with them to finalize the budget. But this is what Will and I submitted for 2025.
Thank you.
I did email this out to the park board and asked for any questions to be sent by email, and I did not receive any.
Okay, thank you. We have also the 2024 Golf Task Force final report, and I want to say that looking through this,
We need to.
We need a vote on the budgets, please.
oh, I'm sorry. Do we vote, a motion to accept the budget worksheet?
I would move to accept the 2025 budget worksheets, operating, non-reverting.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
And the Michigan City Municipal Golf Course, Shannon Easton, the superintendent, put together a committee. And they came up with this draft. And that's what it is, a draft. And looking through it, just a tremendous job that this committee, along with Shannon and Will, did to point out the parts that are the sections of the golf course that could be improved to help play and also to beautify the course itself. It's quite lengthy, 67 pages. Of course, a lot of them are pictures, but they clarify what the problem is rather than just reading about it.
Mr. President, if I may,
Yes,
I would like to thank the 10 members of the task force that participated in this process over the last 4 months. Brad Beyer, Dave Lamb, Dave Szymanski, Drew White, Mary Knock, Rick Voss, Rob Warwick, Scott Kuma, Steve Novak, and Tom Wells. They were very knowledgeable. They had a lot of great ideas. I do want to remind the board, this is a first draft. And since this has gone out to the task force, I've gotten a lot more comments that I need to incorporate, but I'd also like to incorporate your comments. Tomorrow we'll be meeting with our green superintendent, Michael Moore, to do a tour of the golf course. And we're trying to build a good 10-year strategic plan. I think most of you on the board are aware that we always operate off of master plans. The zoo has a 5-year plan. The golf course is lacking this. So I think it's something we need to move forward in a good direction that everyone agrees upon to make sure that we can sustain the courses. Yes, it'll be a living document. So please take some time and look through this. The next goals would be to take our winter months and put together very strong implementation plans on what we can do long-term, midterm, and short-term. Some of the things in the plan have already been implemented because they were so easy to do. We thought we'd just do them now. So a lot of work went into this. But again, this is a living document. Please always feel free to send me your comments, your ideas, your suggestions so we can incorporate these things. I'm a planner by nature and I need a plan. I need good data. I need to be able to analyze that data and make adjustments for each upcoming year. So I think this is the tool that we'll be relying on to make future improvements to our golf courses. And Mary Knott, thank you. She did all the pictures. All of them.
Thank you, Mary.
I think she was golfing while she was doing this, but it was
Nonetheless.
still a lot of work.
thank you, Mary. At page 64 through 67, there's a summation of what are the previous pages, a brief, the term, the year, the category, and the strategy that is suggested that needs to be thought about and included in the plan. So if you're looking to just real quick to go through, well, it's not quick, but if you look to go through it, I would suggest you start at page, look at the pictures and then start at page 64. But it's a very inclusive document. And anybody else has comments on the document?
As far as the financial side of it, will we take this then and go to council with it, or where does the money come from to do all of the plans?
It'll be various sources, so as we build this plan, we'll start to identify projects that could be grant funded. We're now in a redevelopment tip on the east end, so that's a possibility. Riverboat, park operating budget, can we raise our revenue enough to tackle some of these tasks? It'll be a variety of funding sources.
Yeah, okay, cool. Thanks.
Any other questions?
Well, thanks, Shannon. I know that you rounded up all these people and put this together, so this is awesome. We really need to get this golf course fixed up and promoted because it's, you know, it's just such a great secret. And you know, I'm excited to really dive into this and see what the plans are, because I'm sure they're good plans, because you all, I know, care very much about Michigan City and about the golf course. And, you know, we have so many draws, the beach and the casino and the lighthouse. And, you know, this should be an even bigger draw than it is. And I know you guys know that. So yeah, this is really exciting. This is really exciting.
You know, I just to co-sign on what you said there, Messiah. You know, the first course I ever learned to play on was the North Course, and I remember I think it was the middle of this year, around May, June. I went back to it again, and the stuff that you noted in a lot of the places, playing here and then going to the South Course and seeing some of the situations on the course. It's such a beautiful course overall, both the North and the South. You know, my girls are getting ready to learn golf, and they're going to be going to that North Course, and to eventually be able to take them to the South, and to know that this was the same beautiful course that I played on when I was, you know, a little bit younger, playing back with our TP days, back when Mary Knapp and I used to work together, and there was a group of us that went to that South Course, and I learned some very valuable lessons on that course. Yeah, so, but I think it's great. I think this is a great project. Like you said, you know, a 10-year project. This is not just something that we're looking for next year, but a long-term project, you know, so then we're now competing with the golf courses that are around us to say that, hey, come to Michigan City, look at our course.
Yeah.
It's a great course. I believe it.
It's already so beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah.
Shannon, if the public wants to go to www.michigancitygolfcourse.com, will this strategic plan be available?
Yes, I can, if the board approves it tonight, I can post it tomorrow on our website.
Okay. Any other comments?
I'd like to thank the members and for their advice and time and expertise. It's much appreciated.
I would second that. This, if you have a chance to look at it, this wasn't done overnight. There's a lot of time and effort put into this. It's a well-done document. There aren't any further comments. No sense in asking for comments from the public because they haven't seen it yet. Do we have a motion to approve this Michigan City Golf Task Force 10-year strategic plan draft?
I'll make a motion that we accept the 2024 Golf Task Force plan.
Second.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
We have a couple additional items on the agenda. Approval of golf cart purchase for Midwest Golf Turf. And I believe you received information on that when you arrived.
So the capital funds for 2024 were suspended earlier in the year by the new administration. And the park board already approved the carts as capital last fall for the 2024 budget. However, we weren't able to spend it. These funds have now been released by the city. The late notices, they were just released yesterday. So we had to get a purchase order, but at this time we are able to purchase 35 new club cars.
Oh.
And we will be trading in 15. Purchase price is after trade-in is $188,925. Even though you approved this, it was in a prior year and it's in large amounts. So I would like to just have the approval noted in the minutes again.
Any questions?
What would that bring our fleet of carts up to?
103, 105.
Yeah.
What is it now? Oh, that's good.
So how is that enough?
It's all we can store at this time.
Oh, okay.
We're maxed out on storage space.
Okay. And where does that put the golf course then as far as, back to my question, is that enough?
The answer we got when we asked was it's the perfect number between carts available and gameplay, the
Mhm.
speed of play.
Okay.
So we think that it's a good medium right there.
So that's gonna bring us up to speed. Okay.
Hopefully.
Yeah, okay,
We'll find out next year.
okay. And then Shannon, were you saying that money is now approved to spend?
Yes.
Okay. And-
What-
Wow, that's awesome. Okay.
So the mayor recognized that even though the city capital was cut completely, that there are certain capital items that generate revenue.
Yeah,
And this is one of them. So I
Good.
thank her for recognizing that. I think that was a very wise
Yes.
decision.
awesome.
So yes, we're happy and we could have the carts as soon as the end of this month if we order it.
Oh, good.
So the year and a half back order is over here.
Yeah, good.
Any other questions or comments? Any from the public? Hearing none, do we have a motion to approve the golf cart purchase?
I motion to approve the 35 new golf carts for purchase.
I'll second. I'm sorry, go ahead.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Can I just say one thing? I know that the golf rounds depend on the weather for the fall, but how late will the course stay open in the year? I mean,
I hope through December.
okay, okay. Mhm.
Mike's like, no. Until Mike says no.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Item H is the assistant golf manager job description.
Yeah, so we currently have a seasonal assistant golf course manager out at the course, but during the budget process and also working on the strategic plan, we'd like to see if we can fit in a full-time assistant manager out at the courses. We're able to do that within our budget and afford it without increasing it by eliminating some of the seasonal positions that we have, which I think is a good idea because this person would have more accountability as a full timer. So after discussing it, again, we just really wrapped up budgets today with the mayor and controller, so we still have a lot of work to do. This doesn't mean we have to hire this position, but we want the job description put into the salary order. So during the winter months, when we start doing our strategic planning, if that is a good model, we have the ability to go ahead and hire it in the 2025 season. And the board needs to approve the job description before it can be added to the salary order. And we gave a lot of thought to, do we need 2 full-time employees during the winter months? But after researching what like golf managers and golf pros do in the winter months, it is a very busy time. So November and December, of course, we're selling our discounted golf passes. We also should be pushing merchandise sales and trying to push out this year's sales and increasing our revenues year end. Other items would be year-end inventory, year-end profit and loss statements for concession and merchandise, updating our outdated SOPs, finalizing year-end reports, again, analyzing data and turning that into an implementation plan for the following year, creating following year's marketing plan, which should include like stay and play packages like you just mentioned. There's all types of marketing opportunities that were identified in our plan that need to be implemented. next year, actually, probably in November of this year, our admin staff will start writing our 5-year master plan that has to be turned into the DNR that allows us to apply for grants, such as the 750,000 we got for water tower. Without an approved plan, you cannot apply for those monies. So that would be helpful if they could help work on the golf portion of the 5-year master plan. And there was one other. Oh, and if needed, it's more of an administrative financial position, but if there is downtime, we can always use them here to help with our portion of the year-end reports. So there's a lot of financial administration work that would definitely keep them busy. Some of you might remember we did that in years past, had the golf pro move into the park office for 2 or 3 months, which reduced our utilities, and they worked here with us. So I
Right.
don't want to see downtime because I just, but again, it's going to be an experiment. We really need to look into it over the next 3 months, but I just want to be ready with our 2025 budget if that is the model that we want to go with.
Is there a salary range you want to talk about?
It's in the 2025 budget at 48,000 salaried, so we avoid overtime in the busy summer months when a lot of times they can be working, 60-hour weeks.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions, comments?
Well, and also with the 10-year strategic plan, that's gonna take, hours of work. That just doesn't happen. So if we want to get this thing rolling and get it done right, then we need the manpower for it. So.
Reading through this, the qualification, general qualification, physical and other, I feel like I've read this before someplace else.
So it's actually the current assistant manager's job description. It's only the title has changed to full-time exempt, meaning no overtime.
No, thank you.
But yeah, the duties are the same.
Any other comments? Public? Do we have a motion then to approve the assistant golf manager job description?
I'll move that we accept the assistant golf manager job description.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Report of officers, the superintendent's report, Shannon?
Yes, so Water Tower Park is coming along nicely. The basketball courts are done. We have received the ground slide. However, we're going to meet on site. There's just some earthwork. I'm not sure if we're going to put gravel in or grass, and we really want to put our eyes on that area before they actually install it. The water connection's been made. They're just waiting on the meter. And we're hoping that the playground equipment, the rest of it comes in the next week or two, so we can wrap this project up. But if you haven't been by there, drive by. It looks amazing. Looks like a brand new park.
Cool.
I'm sad to report that our administrative assistant, Kayla Shablaski, has accepted another position with the town of Long Beach, and she submitted her resignation, which will be effective September 13th. She's been an amazing part of our team since she started in May of 2023. She's really increased the park's visibility in our community through social media, marketing, her Pantries in the Park program. She's a very funny woman, really boosted morale, like immediately in our department. She did a food drive challenge with the other city departments, even bringing them in. So she's going to be very greatly missed. But we wish her luck in her new position, and we're pretty confident she'll spend a week there and want to come back to us. So fingers crossed. So thank you, Kayla. In February of 2023, this board approved adding murals to the vertical panels at the skate park. And the mayor has generously offered to fund those out of her neighborhood beautification money that she's getting through ARPA. So the contract was signed this week by the Board of Works, and in the next few weeks, you'll see the artist out there that will really liven up that entire neighborhood, as well as the Highway 12 corridor. Visitors coming from the west into the city, like first thing they see is public art. So that's exciting. I'll remind the board, I sent this flyer out right before the meeting again, but on Friday the 13th, which is scary, but come anyway. At 5:30, we are having a neighborhood tailgate party to celebrate neighborhood art. Our art committee recently installed the Peace Crystal Effect on the corner of Ohio and Ann Street. It's a highly visible piece. There's a little tiny city pocket park lot there. So we're just gonna bring families from the neighborhood out there. Hopefully you can walk because there's not a lot of parking in that area. And just celebrate the art and have a little community get together. We'll have free hot dogs and chips and drinks, and members of the art committee will be there to listen to ideas and just sharing the art. So that will be fun. And the only vandalism I have to report is the storm that hit the parks last Tuesday. Not really vandalism, but there was a lot of damage at Gardena Park. Pat, I don't know if you want to give a quick update on
I think Greenwood
Mike.
Cemetery as well.
what's
Yeah.
that?
I think I saw you guys at Greenwood Cemetery. They got slammed.
A lot of damage at the golf
Yeah.
courses. Our teams responded quickly. Mike was able to get the north course open the following day by noon, the south course the following day. And I'm talking, there was a massive amount of tree damage, limbs down. I think there's a hole in the roof at the restroom building and ruined the fence around the horseshoe pits at Gardena. Couple limbs down in Washington Park. One small tree blew over that they put back up and replanted. So the majority was really at Gardena Park. So thank you. You guys did an amazing job cleaning all that up. That's the end of my report.
Thank you, Shannon. I go past that display almost every day on the corner of Ann Ohio Street. It definitely is bright. I mean, even if you close your eyes, it might glow a little bit. It's pretty bright. And as far as hot dogs go, here's a fact for you, Shannon, that from Memorial Day to Labor Day, there's over 7 billion hot dogs sold in the United States.
I
we-
ate half of them.
We just missed that cutoff. Thank you for the report. Will?
Yes, the City Summer Comedy Jam is on September 14th at Sunset Grill. The tickets are on sale on Eventbrite, or you can contact myself or Antonio Conley for more information. Doors open for that event 5:30. Sorry, I just lost my spot. This Friday, September 6th, is the next Bike to City. We'll be meeting at the IBEW NECA building on 8th Street, and we'll be leaving for the ride at just after 5:30 p.m. Ask that everybody wears a helmet for safety. Remember, the last Bike to City ride will be September 19th. I'll report on that again at the next meeting. Unfortunately, we didn't have enough teams to start our kickball league this year, but we do have adult softball. Well, the two leagues in adult softball, which are Big Bat and the Co-Ed League. Big Bat actually starts tonight, and Co-Ed starts on Sunday. And we have 8 teams in Co-Ed and 5 teams in Big Bat. And lastly, this week we had our first edition of Lakeside Life published. Lakeside Life is the Michigan City Parks and Rec monthly newsletter. And we're just excited for a new way to connect to and get information out to the city. Big thank you to Kayla for making that idea come to life before she left. Huh? Oh, that's it.
I did happen to have my computer on today and got the first glimpse of the article. Yeah, the news article. Pretty neat. Yeah, good idea. Any questions for Will? Planning Commission liaison, Mr. Hoffman.
The Planning Commission met on August 27th last Tuesday, there were 3 petitions that were all granted a continuance till the next meeting. Nothing further, Your Honor.
Port Authority, because of the holiday, there wasn't a meeting, but I'll attend next Monday. Mr. Glidden, Zoological Society.
The Zoological Society meets next Tuesday.
We won't have, Laura isn't on Zoom, is she?
No.
Yeah.
And the director's report, Department of Finance, Mr. Glidden.
I have the Michigan City Park Department claims docket for September 4th, 2024. Municipal, $67,913.30, and that is the total claims, $67,913.30. I would move we accept this claims docket.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
I
Opposed? Motion carried.
have the payroll number 17 of 2024, 8/4/24 to 8/17/24, pay date 8/17. Total payroll, $111,273.62. I would move that we approve this payroll.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
I have gifts and donations, unknown, a zoo donation, $82. Mady's Youth Baseball League donation fundraiser, $805. Dan and Marie Prespolinski zoo donation, $30. Mark Jaski zoo donation, $50. Leonard Deborah Miller zoo donation, $30. Roger and Patricia Tucker zoo donation, $50. Michael and Christina Mahan zoo donation, $250. And John and Judith Gardner zoo donation, $100. I would move that we accept these gifts and donations.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Minor transfers, the maintenance fund 2204.505. Decrease the account seasonal wages, $15,000. Increase the account overtime, $15,000. I would suggest I move that we accept these minor transfers.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
I
Opposed? Motion carried.
Zoo endowment invoices totaling $950.54 were paid to Lowe's for Red Barn fence repairs, $950.54. And I would move that we accept this zoo endowment invoices.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
That's
Okay,
it for me.
I'll keep it the same, sorry.
Okay. Any comments from the public? Comments from the board?
I got one. This is for you, Pat. So a friend of mine was down at the beach this weekend. They were just sitting on the wall, him and his wife, and he saw someone walk past the garbage and throw a napkin in it, and the wind blew it, and she just looked at it and kept walking. So he went over and picked it up, and he looked at her. He's like, and he threw it in the garbage. He's like, "Was that so hard?" I'm like, I have to tell Pat that story. So someone's out there fighting for you. But he said that he just couldn't believe how much garbage people just leave. And so thank you again for everything you guys do. Yeah.
Again, thank you to the committee that put the draft together on the golf course.
Yeah.
If you get a chance, go to the website and look at it. It's something that wasn't done overnight, I can guarantee you. Anybody else comment? Motion to adjourn?
So moved.